Have you noticed that food doesn't smell the way it used to? Maybe your morning coffee no longer fills the room with that rich aroma you once loved. Maybe flowers seem less fragrant. Maybe your favorite perfume doesn't have the same effect anymore. And maybe you've blamed it on getting older. But what if I told you that your nose may be revealing something much more important? What if one of the earliest warning signs of Alzheimer's disease has nothing to do with memory at all? In fact, scientists have discovered that changes in smell can appear years before the first obvious memory problems begin. And that's exactly why today's video could be one of the most important videos you'll watch this year. If you're over 60, I want you to pay very close attention because the warning signs we're about to discuss are often ignored, dismissed, or misunderstood as normal aging. But they may actually be your brain's way of sending an early message. And stay with me until the end because I'm going to reveal a very common condition that can mimic Alzheimer's almost perfectly, and in many cases, doctors can correct it within weeks. Plus, I'll share 3 powerful habits that may help protect your brain as you age. Let's begin. Imagine your brain as a beautiful home filled with billions of electrical connections. Every memory you've ever made, every face you've ever recognized, every conversation you've ever had, every smell you've ever enjoyed. All of it depends on those connections working properly. But years before memory loss becomes obvious, harmful protein deposits may begin accumulating in certain parts of the brain. Slowly, silently, without pain, without warning. Think of it as spider webs slowly spreading through the wiring of a house. At first, everything appears normal. The lights still work. The television still turns on. Life goes on. But behind the walls, communication is becoming less efficient. And one of the first systems affected may be the area connected to smell. That's why your nose may notice changes long before your memory does. Here are 7 warning signs you should never ignore. Warning sign number 7, you can no longer smell coffee like you used to. This may sound harmless, but it can be surprisingly important. Think about the smell of fresh coffee. For many people, the aroma arrives before the first sip. It's comforting, it's familiar, it's part of the morning routine. Now imagine that smell slowly fading away. Not overnight, not dramatically, just little by little. Many people who later develop cognitive problems report noticing changes in smell years earlier. And it isn't just coffee. Peppermint, vanilla, cinnamon, fresh oranges, flowers, even favorite perfumes. They all seem weaker, less noticeable, less vivid. What's dangerous is that this often happens so gradually that people adapt without realizing it. Family members may notice it first. They may hear someone say, "I don't really smell that anymore," or "that perfume isn't as strong as it used to be." But warning sign number 6 may be even more alarming because it often happens while you're asleep. Warning sign number 6, acting out dreams. During sleep, have you ever heard of someone punching, kicking, shouting, or talking during a dream? Maybe they're fighting an imaginary attacker. Maybe they're running from something. Maybe they're yelling loudly while asleep. Their spouse wakes up frightened. The blankets are everywhere. The person seems to be physically acting out what's happening inside the dream. Doctors have identified a sleep disorder that can sometimes appear years before certain neurological conditions become obvious. Many families later look back and realize these unusual nighttime behaviors began long before memory symptoms appeared. The brain normally keeps the body relaxed during dreaming. When that protective mechanism becomes less effective, dream activity may spill over into real physical movement, and sometimes this becomes one of the earliest clues that something deeper may be happening. But now let's talk about a warning sign that often shows up in the kitchen. Warning sign number 5, you stop smelling dangerous odors. This is where things become serious. A person no longer notices smoke from burnt food. They fail to smell natural gas. Spoiled food doesn't seem unusual. Something is burning in the oven. Everyone else notices immediately. They don't. Imagine how dangerous that can become. The ability to detect odors isn't just about enjoyment, it's about survival. For thousands of years, smell helped humans identify danger. When that system becomes weaker, risks increase. And many people assume it's simply aging. but sometimes the brain may be telling a different story. Now, what happened to one 72-year-old patient completely changed how her family viewed these symptoms. But before I tell you that story, let's continue with warning sign number 4. Warning sign number 4: sudden changes in personality. This can be heartbreaking. Someone who has always been patient suddenly becomes irritable. Someone who was trusting becomes suspicious. Someone who was cheerful becomes withdrawn. Family members often feel confused. They wonder, why is mom acting this way? Why is dad becoming so angry? The truth is that changes inside the brain can sometimes affect emotional regulation long before severe memory loss appears. The person isn't trying to be difficult. They may be struggling with changes they don't fully understand themselves, and that frustration can appear as anger, fear, anxiety, or withdrawal. One daughter described it this way: "It felt like my mother was still there, but something was changing beneath the surface." That description stayed with me because many families say the same thing. Now let's move to warning sign number 3, and this one often appears during ordinary conversations. Warning sign number 3: losing words in mid-sentence. You know exactly what you want to say. The word is right there. You've used it thousands of times. Then suddenly, nothing. You stop talking. You search for the word. You point at the object instead. It's that thing. You know what I mean? The word simply won't come. Occasional forgetfulness happens to everyone. But when word finding problems become frequent, noticeable, and progressively worse, they deserve attention. Many people dismiss this as normal aging. Sometimes it is, but sometimes it may be one of several clues that the brain's communication network is becoming less efficient. And warning sign number 2 is something many families notice during storytelling. Warning sign number 2: getting lost in your own story. A person begins sharing a favorite memory. Everyone listens. The story starts normally. Then suddenly the details become confusing. The person loses track. They jump to another topic. They repeat the beginning. They forget where the story was going. Family members often finish sentences for them. Again, occasional forgetfulness is normal, but repeated difficulty organizing thoughts may deserve further evaluation. The brain's ability to retrieve and arrange information is an incredibly complex process. When that process becomes disrupted, storytelling can become surprisingly difficult. And now we arrive at warning sign number 1, the most emotional sign of all. Warning sign number 1: familiar places no longer feel familiar. Imagine walking into the home where you spent 30 years of your life. The same walls, the same furniture, the same family photographs, everything looks familiar. Yet something feels different. The emotional connection isn't as strong. The smells don't trigger the same memories. The environment feels strangely distant. This happens because smell and memory are deeply connected inside the brain. A single scent can instantly transport you back decades. The smell of cookies, fresh rain, a loved one's perfume, a holiday dinner. These memories are powerful because smell and emotion share important pathways. When those pathways change, memories may become harder to access. Now, let me tell you about the 72-year-old woman I mentioned earlier. Her family became convinced she had Alzheimer's. She couldn't smell well. She seemed forgetful. Her sleep had become disturbed. Everyone feared the worst, but her doctor ordered blood work. The results revealed severe vitamin D deficiency, low zinc levels, nutritional deficiencies that were affecting multiple systems throughout her body. After proper treatment and medical supervision, many of her symptoms improved dramatically. Her energy returned. Her sleep improved. Her sense of smell became stronger. The family couldn't believe it, and that's why I want to emphasize something extremely important. Not every symptom means Alzheimer's. Not every loss of smell means dementia. Not every memory problem means permanent brain disease. There are many medical conditions that can mimic cognitive decline: vitamin deficiencies, sleep disorders, medication side effects, depression, thyroid problems, hearing loss, and many others. That's why proper medical evaluation is essential. Never diagnose yourself, never assume the worst. Get checked. Now let's finish with 3 powerful habits that may help support brain health. Rule number 1, protect your sleep. Deep sleep is one of the most important biological processes for brain health. Sleep allows the brain to perform essential maintenance. Aim for consistent sleep schedules. Reduce screen exposure before bedtime. Keep your bedroom cool, dark, and quiet. Your brain depends on quality rest. Rule number 2, train your sense of smell. Choose 3 different scents each day: coffee, peppermint, lemon, lavender. Take a moment to smell them carefully. Pay attention. Focus. This simple habit may help keep smell pathways active and engaged. Rule number 3, reduce excess sugar. High sugar intake may contribute to inflammation and metabolic problems that affect the entire body, including the brain. Choose more whole foods. Eat more vegetables. Prioritize healthy proteins. Drink water. Small changes made consistently often produce the biggest long-term benefits. Before we finish, I want to leave you with one final thought. The brain is one of the most extraordinary organs ever created. It stores your memories, your experiences, your relationships, your life story. And while aging is inevitable, paying attention to early warning signs gives you an opportunity to take action. If you noticed any of these symptoms in yourself or someone you love, don't panic. Instead, use this information as motivation to seek proper medical guidance. The earlier problems are identified, the more options may be available. If this video helped you, please share it with friends and family. Someone you care about may need to hear this message today. Leave a comment below and tell me which warning sign surprised you the most. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss future health updates. Thank you for watching. Take care of your brain, take care of your memories, and most importantly, take care of yourself.